have 6 bottles of Black Flag this week.
2 months.
I wasn't crazy about that.
We didn't even, we tried it, we never picked it up,
Got me on.
and from what I hear from people, it's too,
It's very rich.
Yeah, it's too heavy.
Trying to get into that, you know,
Dripping it.
Oh,
I found it was awesome in like the Kangaroo Sub Tank Mini,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it. And that was my driving vape for a while. You rolling?
I'm rolling now.
Awesome. Thanks, Mike. Hey, Quest for Vape, Daryl Shergan here. We are in Orlando, Florida. We are at the Vapor Room, and I'm with Chris Gelatis, sorry. How you doing, Chris?
Good. Nice to meet
Just
you.
enjoying the shop. Some nice guys over here hanging out, dripping, talking vape, and there's Ron Squad. Yep. And then something unexpected, a very cool juice line that is the house juice line, and I want to let Chris talk about that.
The name of the juice is Bombshell E-Liquid, and it's got 5 flavors. Each flavor is named after an airplane from the World War II era. And what we tried to do is get a wide range of flavors that will please everybody. You know, there's a couple of them that are pushing a little bit of the edge as far as flavor profiles are concerned. So it's you know, you're more of your mainstream profiles. But we have a second line that we're getting ready to launch that is just totally out of the box as far as profiles are concerned. That's going to be called
Minerva, cool. I've got, looks like Lil De-Icer here. I love the bottles, it's very cool. I don't know if that's focusing in. Artwork's great. Who did that artwork?
It's actual nose art from the airplanes.
From the actual airplane?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Fantastic. Now that's interesting. It's a menthol, but it's not like the typical menthol.
It's
really
drippable.
smooth. Yeah.
You know, a lot of menthols you can't drip, but you know, I wanted something that you could drip.
What is the? It's very creamy. What's the flavor profile?
It's sweet menthol. You know, there's a couple things in there to kind of tone it down a little bit, but it's a sweeter menthol that, you know, in Florida, you don't want something too heavy, so
Right.
you know, we don't want to tone it down too much.
Cool. It's yummy. It's nice, just the right amount of sweet. That menthol is it's more like mint.
There's a little peppermint in there.
Is there?
Yeah.
Okay. And there's something a little creamy, like Bavarian cream or maybe a little slight custardy. I'm not going to ask you what it is. That's
I ain't
proprietary.
gonna tell you anyways.
You kind of got to try it. Really interesting. So when does Minerva launch?
Minerva is, our target date's probably going to be September. You know, because those flavors take anywhere from a month to 3 months to make start to finish per batch,
A month to 3 months.
depending on the flavors. Some, you know, some flavors take, one flavor takes 3 months.
Is that just steeping and like seasoning time, or
We're giving it love and attention, and yeah.
Okay. You had mentioned something about using a fired oak cask.
Yes,
Do you do that with all your juices, or?
on the Minerva line.
Okay.
Yeah, not the Bombshell.
Okay, gotcha. You don't happen to have any samples around that I can try now of that,
Yeah.
do you?
I sure do.
Awesome. Change mods real quick here.
This is the 3-month steeper here,
Okay.
which is some chocolates and some vanillas and some creams and a little bit of mint and some bourbon undertones.
Very cool. This one's called Jizz. All right.
That's just a house name. That's not going to be the
Yeah.
market name.
Hey, you know what? Mount Baker Vapor has Gizmoglobin, and it's fantastic. A little wide off on that flavor name, but that's fine. Hey, there's Unicorn Puke and other names, so that's funny. Wow. I want to say like a fruity lemonade, but I can taste that. Yeah, a little bit of smoky, just a little bit. How long does it stay in the oak cask?
This flavor here is 3 weeks, but we do something with the cask for a week before we even put the liquid in it.
Interesting. Really interesting. That's unique. How would you describe this flavor to help my brain understand what it's tasting?
It's a creamy, coconutty, gingery type of flavor, but it's not ginger.
Huh. It's not ginger. It does taste a little ginger.
A little ginger. It's clean. It's a clean taste.
It's very refreshing.
Yeah.
It's definitely unique. I've never had a juice that tasted quite like that. It's awesome. Really cool. With the heat down here, I could vape that. I could vape that all day. That's awesome. I'm gonna try this cream to mint over here, which isn't normally something that I would want to vape, but you make it sound appealing.
That's going to be a little bit more oaky. It's going to have a little heavier bourbon undertones to it. But that steeps for 3 months.
3 months. My goodness. That's awesome. It's like really getting into that realm of single malt scotch and connoisseurs type of taste level.
And that's what we're going for. Super small batch.
Wow. That's all I can say is wow. Spot on. Were you looking for that liqueur taste?
Yes.
Okay.
I was. I kind of like my Jack Daniels and bourbons,
Okay.
so I try to incorporate that somehow into this line.
Wow. Caramelly, sweet, slightly smoky. Did you say coconut? No, coconut.
No, coconut's in
Coconut's in
that.
that one.
Let's get some vanillas and some chocolates, some creams, your oak, and some bourbons.
Really complex. So delicious. What would you say is the best setup to vape these juices? I feel like dripping doesn't do justice.
No, I mean this is more of a tank juice. That's like Kanger, your mini sub tank type of deal, not too high on the watts.
Okay.
This one here, I like to drip it. I don't like it as much out of a tank.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know. If you guys are in Orlando, you got to stop by and try these, especially after September when this juice line, Minerva, launches. Hey, Chris, how'd you get into vaping? Were you a smoker? What was the story?
I smoked since I was 12 years old, 22 years, and then I've tried everything under the sun to try and quit. Some of them were successful for short periods of time, so I decided to try vaping, and there was one other store in town, and I just hated going there, just hated it. So I said, let me do it the way it needs to be done, and here I am.
Fantastic. What was your profession before you owned a vape shop?
I was a demolition contractor for 20 years.
No kidding. Okay, wow. All
Yeah.
right. Wow. Well, thanks for doing what you do. And you've been open for 2 years?
Coming up on 2 years.
Okay. Business steady?
Yeah.
Growing?
Yeah. Business is good.
Awesome. On the wall over here is a bottom of a cask from Five Ponds, which is interesting. And it's got a brass plaque. It says the Vapor Room. Five Ponds is a very big distribution company for a quality juice line. But they just don't hand those out left and right every day. So I'm just going to use my imagination and figure out the kind of quality business that you're doing here and offering premium juices and,
That's what we try to do, the smaller batch,
yeah.
craft lines.
Awesome. So if you're a flavor chaser or a cloud chaser, we're doing tricks over here. Stop by. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
you
you.
for your hospitality.
Anytime.
Friendly shop.
Thank
you guys
you.
are awesome.
Thank you.
Cool.